Hi there, welcome to some of the latest news on the Jay Slater missing person case. Just recently, some important updates have come on out regarding Mark William Thomas, who's announced important new information has been passed on to the UK and Spanish police regarding the possible whereabouts of Jay Slater and what happened to him after he left our Airbnb when he feared for his life. I'm going to play you the clip directly from the horse's mouth and you can let me know what you think down below.
In the last few days, I've received a significant new piece of information which I've shared with both the British and Spanish police. This provides some clarity as to why he may have left in a hurry and did not want to return to the rental even though his phone was about to go flat. We know that Jay was on his phone and alone at 08:50 on Monday the 17th of June, walking on a track just off the main road, about 30 minutes walk from the apartment. It was a cold, damp morning, only 18 degrees, with a high of that day only reaching 20. The evidence we've been able to collect, including the significant new intelligence, strongly supports that Jay is therefore most likely to be in or around the mountains. We suspect some distance from the last phone location drop. Even after extensive searching done by highly experienced personnel, the rugged and dangerous areas, it's just not possible to rule out that he isn't still there.
So it's unfortunate that that significant information can't be shared to the general public just yet. If it ever will be, I don't know, but I guess standard procedure as usual. Either it's because this information is very important, don't want any legal issues, don't want any implications on the case which could harm the search and locating Jay, dead or alive. But, you know, if he is dead and he's just succumbed to the environment or had an accident out there, then really, does it matter if the information does come out publicly sooner than later? That's why it goes into the second factor of possibly this new information. They want to validate it further to make sure it's 100% true and accurate and see if there's any new leads which can branch off either direction and then proceed onwards with searching in a particular area. Could this new information and leads lead back to the Spanish police searching once again, even though they did call off their searches previously some weeks ago or so now? Kind of interesting. I said you can let me know your thoughts down below. Is this new information going to directly lead to Jay Slater being found? In terms of how it was mentioned in that video by Mark, is that where the phone last pinged at some distance away, and I'm assuming a fair bit of distance, right? Because if the area has already been searched thoroughly and he's not there, well, then he's not there. So it must be beyond. Maybe you need to expand your search. And so going around in circles, branch out further. And if this new information leads in a particular direction, direction-based evidence, that could be of some value within the case. But what is this type of information? Is it what someone said? Is it some kind of witness? Is it physical evidence, some kind of DNA, footprints? Because in this case, I've not really heard much talked about footprints. And if it is a dryish area, and if it is a bit sandy in some spots, or, you know, the ground, the dirt, you can leave imprints within it, you know, why wasn't that possible? But granted, if the ground is already hard, you're less likely to leave an imprint within it. The ground needs to be a little bit soft, maybe a little bit damp or wet at times. And then if it goes harder, dries, it kind of like preserves it. But that's for other subjects and to talk about. So whereas the other thing, which I didn't share in the video, but what was added on afterwards, was where Mark said, at this moment in time, we can't find any evidence to basically support the criminal activity and networks underneath, you know, any solid evidence. You could say that's a bit disappointing. You could also say that, oh, here we go, Mark once again saying all this, then saying that. Backtracking, maybe, maybe not. I know people, some out there are critical of Mark because he's been involved in several high-profile cases, and whilst that may sound good and experienced, how many have of them been solved? Maybe not as many as you'd hope. And like with the Madeleine McCann one, involved in that, was it resolved? No. So does he just keep moving from case to case and doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there, but not actually solving it? Is what it is. That's not for me to say because I don't look too deep into that area. Just briefly focusing on Jay Slater at this moment in time. So we'll see what happens with this new information. But what I wanted to do was apply it to the article itself, the transcript, to see if there's any more additional detail and then we can analyse any further. Let's just head on over right now. So as you see on screen is the title of the article. It reads, "New twist in Jay Slater case as significant new information is passed on." For it to say new twist, does the word twist imply an unexpected turn? Like the information that has come about points in a completely different direction, I wonder. And could that mean literally, as in the location of Jay's body within the mountainous area, away from his phone, like how Mark said? Maybe. So we've got the same little introduction now, of course. But further down it goes about Mark William Thomas, the revelation Friday morning, while giving a public update. The TV sleuth said, "We know now that Jay took actions whilst at the rental because he was clearly worried about his own safety. This was shortly before he decided to leave." So, even before Jay left that Airbnb where he felt uncomfortable and somewhat scared, he took action. What were those actions? Are these actions to do with the new information that's come out which hints at the direction he went in and where he would have ended up at? I mean, when we look at previous news, and it wasn't that long ago, that when Jay was at the Airbnb, he did ask to borrow a phone charger, and Ayub said, "Yeah, go to my friend's room, he's got one there." And Jay walked in and then took it, went back to the sofa, but supposedly there was no plug outlet to plug it in and charge the phone up, so it was a waste of time, supposedly. But what else? What other actions were taken in link with his own safety? Were there actions to protect his safety? I mean, leaving the place because you feel you're in danger, that's a form of taking action to protect your safety. But what about before that, though? You'd argue and say, getting food, getting water. If you're going to leave, you need to get the necessary resources and items with you to help you along the way during your journey. Even if it is unknown, unexpected, how long it could take or what you could come across, it's better to be prepared and have it in advance than be walking in the middle of nowhere, lost, and then calling to the friend Lucy to say, "I'm on 1% battery, I've not got any water, I'm thirsty, I don't know where I'm at, don't know what I'm doing, I can't return back, I'm scared." That sounds unprepared. But how it's mentioned here is that he took certain actions whilst at the rental place, right? Worried about his safety. Do the actions tie in line with his concern about safety at the place? Did he better himself at the Airbnb? From the looks of it, clearly not. But did he do other actions to somehow benefit in his own way, such as that Rolex watch? I wonder if there was a Rolex watch at the place, or if there was other items present, such as when he got the phone charger. Now, in the last few days, we've seen that before, to why he may have left in a hurry, provides some clarity. So there's a factor, some information as to why he may have hurried on. Why? He did something bad? He stole something? I wonder. Move on. It says, no further information. That's a shame about what the new clue is. Oh, clue. So it's gone from information to a clue. He had previously spoken out about how J19 had told pals he couldn't go back to the property, which he travelled to with two older British men with disappearance. He also previously alleged that during this car journey with them to the property, Jay posted a video on social media boasting about the theft of a £12,000 Rolex watch. So that's before getting to the Airbnb. So was anything else stolen then at the Airbnb? Anything like that? And if he did steal a watch before that and he was with those guys, what did the other guys think of him stealing that watch? That's if they knew about it at the time. Could they be like, "We don't want you bringing trouble to our doorstep"? Something like that, maybe? Anything else? So, Mr. William Thomas said, on the morning of 17th of June, arrival back to the rental, Jay spoke to a number of different people on his phone and they have described him as very much awake and still buzzing. We know Jay was on his phone at 8:50 a.m. on Monday. We saw that with the little map thing and the temperature as well. Cold and damp, could that impact his health? Could that put him at danger? It depends. If it goes from cold to hot or hot to cold and the elevation you're at, you could get to cold traps, which can be brutal on your body regardless of age and could make you succumb to the environment, drastic temperature changes, and of course being dehydrated. And what else? Spanish police have said the two Brits who have spoken to the Spanish officers before leaving the island have no relevance to the missing investigation, which, to be honest, may be rushed too much, to be honest. They say, we've still not found evidence of a third-party criminal involvement, as I said earlier, in Jay's disappearance, although we have opened up links with a criminal underworld drugs-associated crime. So anything to do with drug dealing, does that link with this new information? Does it tie into why Jay went missing, or at least where he went missing and the specific spot? I wonder. So feel free to share this video, feel free to like, that'd be appreciated. Appreciate your patience for watching it. We'll see what happens next. If there are any more updates, I'll try and do a video about it. And yeah, do you think this news, important information, could it be relevant to the case and finding Jay, or is it just a load of bollocks? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.